Then the last one we're gonna do is one that we've heard more so about women, but I guess I've heard about men too. Dress how you want to be addressed.
No, that I was just gonna say, no, that go against everything I stand for. But I get why you would teach your child it.
Yeah,
I do get it.
I think that probably applies to. It applies to both, but I think it leans more towards women than men. Personally,
I think it depends on the setting.
just out and about.
Then I think it would apply more to women.
I think I think that applies more to women than men.
In a business setting, you think it's opposite.
Yeah, I do.
I think it applies more to women than men because like a man is just okay, suit, tie, jacket, whatever. But you're not thinking like a woman has curves, so she could put on something that she feels is appropriate, but because she thick, it look like something else, or because she's busty, it looks like something else.
Like she trying to show off or something.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I feel like it applies more to women than it would a man, because a man isn't necessarily curvy or busty or whatever. It might be big or skinny. You know what I'm saying? Maybe muscular, but it's not deemed that any of those aren't deemed as inappropriate for the workplace.
Yeah.
But see, this is the way I took it. Like when you said dress how you want to be addressed, certain things like that's why I said in a social setting, I do think it leans more towards being important for women, and probably more in everyday life. The only field where I feel like it'll matter more for a man is in business, because you said like putting on like me dressed now, like I'm dressed like I'm finna get ready to go to work. If I came here like I normally dress,
Yeah.
and I go to work like that, like the fuck.
It's gonna be an issue.
But that same woman could wear that busty outfit and it can show her curves and it can be a little busty. But if it's work appropriate, I feel like she'll get a pass quicker than me. Like she'll have to come in that bitch in slides.
Nah, I promise you she won't. So they gonna say that you're a distraction to the workplace.
I think it depends on the work
That too.
and what you're doing.
That too.
Well, yeah, like if you're working at Hooters, then obviously, then
Any restaurant,
Well,
I
I'm
think.
saying any
Any restaurant, I think a
think-
woman could get a pass for it.
Yeah. But like me and Clyde work in education.
That's
They ain't come to school
I
wearing
agree.
certain shit.
I do.
Working at the
Talking to women.
Oh, yeah,
working
not
at the
the women,
hospital, I think it apply more for a man too. Like you could be a nurse and be busty in your shirt, because Lord, someone be busting that shirt. But you can't come to work as a man looking like a scrub. A scrub.
Are you saying busty or busted?
Busty. Like busting out your scrubs. Whatever they call them motherfuckers.
Busty is big titties.
Yeah. That's why I've been when I
But
say
no,
busty,
I feel like
Okay.
I feel like if you do work at a hospital, like again, no one is stunned the man in that situation. Like if you a male nurse,
Yeah.
no one's looking at the male nurse like, oh man, this dude look busted down or whatever. But if that female come in who just so happen to be thick and curvy and all this other stuff, again, some people will see that and be like, you're a distraction. You either need to get something that's a little bit bigger, so it just kind of drapes over what you have, because whatever you have, even though it might be your size, it's what's the word? Not insinuating.
Accent.
Yeah, it's accenting your body in a way that, you know, if a male coworker see you, they might look at you. And then some people, they do that because they're trying to avoid a lawsuit. Because they like, yeah, you might be a distraction, but what I'm really trying to say is it might be some niggas in this hospital that's creepy as hell. We don't know. And if they touch you, now that's a lawsuit on our hands that we got to handle and all this other stuff. So to avoid all that, now do I think that's right? No, I don't think it's right. But because you can't help what you got. But, you know.
But see, everything is under the assumption that a woman is curvaceous and busty. A lot of them are not.
Yeah, and if they not, then you're not
you
going
gotta worry about it.
Yeah, you
As a
gotta worry
man,
about it.
regardless, it's gonna be how you dress, regardless of your body type, body shape, body shape. Ooh, that sounded country. Body shape is gonna be how you dress. Even I give you another one. I give you the perfect example, and I've dealt with this one personally. When you go to class, I feel like men are judged harder.
For sure.
Unless you a bitch just coming there looking like
whatever.
yeah. And we done been in
Well,
class with them.
I'd
have felt that too.
But I feel like you can't say that too, because hell, even I know in college, like maybe in high school, yeah, but in college, a lot of niggas be like, bro, I'm going to class in slides and sweatpants and a hoodie or just a t-shirt because I got a 8 o'clock class. I had to wake up early for this class. I'm not finna I feel like once a lot of people get to college, they stop caring about impressing and all this other stuff, unless it's like maybe a girl they like in a class or something. Or even then, it's still just like, bruh, I'm trying to get on and get down. Like,
listen,
I could be wrong.
all three of us went to Jack State.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of niggas that's like that. They get to college, they don't give a fuck no more. Hell, I was like that when I first got there.
Right.
But we know they goddamn Plaza is a fashion show.
Yeah, but you got to think when though. When is it a fashion show?
When it ain't cold.
It's a fashion show when
It ain't just a hot spot.
No, not just a hot spots. I'm saying, of course, a hot spots, but if it's Pretty Wednesday, you have the.
I was just thinking in my head.
What is that?
Where they come from?
Oh, that's what the noobs do when they
fine.
dress up in suits and shit like that. But what I'm saying is, I've seen people. They're like, okay, they not the noobs, obviously, but because they dressed up, they finna try to dress up too to kind of fit the same aesthetic or whatever the case may be, because they want the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Or fried fish Friday, everybody finna be in the calf, everybody finna be looking.
Well, I ain't have a meal plan, so that I ain't
but I'm just saying, like,
but I got you.
Them days, and then like hell, even when they do the fried chicken day, them the days you gonna see people probably dressed up the most, because that's when most action go through. But if it's just a regular,
well, then you can come when he finished. You can comment on that because you stayed on campus for a little bit.
When it's just a regular old, whatever. Majority of the time when I was in classes, it'll be the niggas who would come in on some chill stuff. They weren't coming in flashy or would look at me. If anything, it probably might be like some of the girls. But even, teaching that, JSU, the girls be coming in sweats. They might have their nails done, but sometimes they got a hair wrap on. They got sweats on. They got slides on. So, that's just what I've seen.
So in my experience, mine might be a little bit different because I was a business major. So going back to your original,
y'all had to.
Yeah, dress how you want to be addressed. Like the girls, I feel like unless you just they came like you were saying, with like a bonnet or something on their head, like you're gonna get it dressed. Unless you just stepping out all the way out, you gonna get it dressed straight. I just found it, like, even from teachers, like, I agree with the statement, but I don't agree with the reasoning behind it. But I just found it, like, depending on the setting, like, as a dude, it's the difference between somebody walking up to you, shaking your hand versus giving you dap could be the way you dress.
Yeah.
I
can see that.
I don't necessarily think for women in certain settings that's gonna be the case. The difference in how they approach.
By other women.
Yeah, by anybody. Niggas gonna be niggas. Now we is gonna be a little bit more of a nigga for a girl who looking like she looking for a nigga.
Yeah.
But you got to be looking like you looking for a nigga. Then you got niggas who gonna be niggas anyway. You could be around this bitch just like a nun. I wonder what that ass look like up under that goddamn black robe.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is gonna do it. She kind of cute right there. I can't see nothing but her eyes, but shit.
Right. Now, what motherfucker say on Boondocks? I see her eyes pretty, and I put that curtain off, and I got a tragedy.
Or you might be a nigga like Charles. Looking at her face for.
Hey, shout out to I ain't got no Everclear. I might have something down there.
It is.
I'm weird.
But
Nah, go ahead.
Nah, but I would say this, not to combat what you said about class, but I'm just giving another perspective because I do somewhat agree with that. What you said.
I have to turn that
So-
fan on in a second.
Nigga. We might have to put it over here. So I always had this mentality when I was in person class from high school through college. Even though it never really mattered. First day of school, I'm like, okay, who in here I know? What girls in here? What's my competition in here? Right? Especially high school. College, I ain't really care that much. But I noticed when I got to college, because I was coming in sweats, I would have them big ass Nike boots on and a t-shirt or a hoodie and then really, or some gym shorts and didn't give a fuck. But I was noticing the niggas getting all the attention initially was the niggas who was dressed better than I was. Now later on, they might have already started kind of dressing down, but you already got the girl. Because what attracted them to you was the clothes, was the appearance. Then whatever you did with your personality is what kept them. So later on in college, I kind of had that mindset, unless it was just a class that I knew wasn't nobody finna be in that I cared about. But I digress. So, speaking of appearance, y'all
can it
know Cam Newton's podcast.